When I was in middle school, Pulp Fiction was my all-time favorite film. I even wrote a 50-page review of sorts and presented it to my theater arts teacher, who was quite impressed, if not a little concerned about the way my parents were raising me. I was obsessed with the film. I could recite every single line. I had seen it by the age of 14 or so, easily over 50 times. There was something here that I couldn't quite wrap my mind around. I sensed something a lot deeper than just expert craftsmanship, casting, and dialogue. I'm going to focus on what I feel to be the seven major characters of the film. The characters played by Tim Roth, Amanda Plummer, Bruce Willis, Ving Rhames, Uma Thurman, Samuel L. Jackson, and the odd character out, Vincent Vega. I'll explain later why I feel that Vincent Vega is the odd one out. Okay, a lot of people use Pulp Fiction as proof that there can exist a film of timeless iconography and narrative mastery that lacks a traditional message, or any message at all. That style, when done with craft and creativity displayed in Pulp Fiction, can be regarded as substance in and of itself. I, however, propose a theory that suggests there is an underlying message running throughout the film. It's a little bit more difficult to see due to the nonlinear narrative, but when you put the scenes presented within the right timeline, the themes become a little bit more evident, in my opinion. Bruce Willis's character lives by the end of the story, and the only reason he lives, in my opinion, is because he boldly showed mercy towards the man who sent people out to kill him, and he subsequently saved his life when a lesser man would have run and let him die. In turn, that man lets Bruce Willis live, or his character live. The man who let him live, after Bruce Willis's character saves his life, also lives by the end of the story, played by Ving Rhames. And the reason he does is because Bruce Willis's character only had a change of heart and boldly saved his life when, again, a lesser man would not have. So far, these are detectable themes of mercy and changes of heart. Changes from evil and selfishness to mercy and selflessness. Furthermore, the character that Samuel L. Jackson plays is, by the end of the story, left alive. Though he is a killer and a criminal, I attribute Quentin Tarantino's sparing of his life to the end of the story to the fact that his character experienced what he believed to be a miracle from God, and subsequently decides to change his ways of crime and evil and live a life of spirituality and, in his own words, walk the world like Caine from Kung Fu. He had a change of heart from evil and selfishness to mercy and selflessness. This correlates to his interconnected storyline with Tim Roth and Amanda Plummer's characters, who decide to rob a diner while he's present. He shows them mercy, and they too end up living by the end of the story. He even reinterprets a Bible verse that he used to recite before killing people, and he now looks at it as a message of mercy rather than evil, which is the only reason why he lets Tim Roth and Amanda Plummer live. He's had a change of heart. He shows mercy, and he lets the evil discover for themselves why they should also have a change of heart in order to save themselves. As you can see, I am interpreting Pulp Fiction as a film containing a message or theme of selflessness and mercy and changing from evil to merciful. I'm sure you're thinking I've left out two key characters, the ones played by Uma Thurman and John Travolta. I haven't. Uma Thurman is a woman married to a fearsome criminal, the man who had a change of heart after Bruce Willis's character saved his life, and who has an addiction to cocaine. But she is not evil. She is bored. She is flawed, certainly, but hardly an evil person. In fact, she's delightful. Vincent Vega, played by John Travolta, ends up rescuing Uma Thurman's character after she overdoses, mistaking the heroin in his coat pocket for cocaine and snorting it up. He saves her life. Okay, he saved her life. So why then is Vincent Vega the only one of the major characters in this film to die by the end of the story? It's simple. He lacked remorse. He lacked wisdom. He lacked selflessness. He lacked mercy. And he refused to have a change of heart. Vincent Vega is the diametric opposite of the character played by Samuel L. Jackson, who, in the film, plays his partner. Vincent Vega is actually the only truly evil main character in Pulp Fiction. When he saved Uma Thurman's character's life from a drug overdose, it was simply to save his own ass. If he didn't save her life, he would have immediately have been killed by her husband. That's why he did it. The only reason. While she's overdosing on his drugs, he's in the restroom convincing himself not to fuck her, to just go home and jerk off to his image of her in his head. Furthermore, when Samuel L. Jackson's character reveals his belief in miracles and God and his subsequent change of heart, Vincent Vega thinks that he's crazy and calls it all bullshit. He has no mercy, he has no faith, he has no change of heart, and subsequently, he does not make it alive by the end of the story. However, I still don't know what's in the briefcase. To me, Pulp Fiction is clearly not simply brilliant writing, brilliant casting, brilliant execution, creative and innovative and iconic structuring, dialogue, and mastery of pure style. It is equally brimming with substance and meaning. At least to me, Pulp Fiction is about a change of heart, from selfishness and evil to selflessness and mercy, and why this change will save your life. This suspiciously benign theme is simply cloaked under the malignant guise of sadism and pop badassery and emphasis on style. Deep down inside, it's anything but. Pulp Fiction truly is one of the best films that will likely ever be made, and I am fortunate to have grown up watching it. This is just my interpretation of the film, and I believe that the best of art is certainly open to interpretation. The films of David Lynch and Stanley Kubrick, to name only two filmmakers, are other examples that I may explore in future analysis videos. This is my analysis of Pulp Fiction, and I hope you have a Merry Christmas.